Welcome back, everybody. So today we're going to try Orange Whip from Rochester Mills Brewing Company, Milkshake IPA, ale brewed with milk sugars, orange zest, oranges, and vanilla. So this should be an interesting one to try out. Going from the can. See, I like how they do this. I wish more breweries would do this. So again, it kind of says the same thing, but this IPA combines citrusy hop flavors of Citra and Mosaic with fresh oranges, orange zest, lactose, and a hint of vanilla. So they actually tell you what hops are in here. Now, is that all the hops in here? I don't know. I don't think they have to say. Most cans don't say it. Most style guidelines on Untapped don't say it. But it is nice to see that. IBUs 45, 6.5% ABV. Best by 2/18/21. So this has to be fresh. This is still September. To let this go that long, but I guess 6 months. That's good. So let's go ahead and open it and get it into a glass. Now I will drink some of this, then we'll swish the rest around and pour it in there. See if we can get a head on there. There we go. Oh, okay. Orangish colored head, like an orange whip, orange mixed with whipped cream. That's kind of the color of the head on there. Small medium bubbles from that vigorous pour, about 1.5 fingers. Bubbles on the side are compact like dish soap. Color orange. Somewhat hazy. I can make out the light box through it. So not as hazy as I would have thought it would be. But again, we could have a lot of Trub and stuff in there, so we'll smell it, drink it, then we'll pour the rest in there. Let's go ahead and smell. Orange, a little sweetness. Vanilla. See, and I mean, I understand it. But usually lactose comes off as a vanilla to me. So when I saw that, I was like, vanilla, or is it really going to add, you know, a sweetness? Then the vanilla is just going to take it to a next level, or is it going to add a little bit of sweetness and the vanilla is just going to take over? I do have a couple of Milkshake IPAs brewing, or actually bottled now. I did a standard one with no vanilla in it. Then I did a blueberry version with no vanilla. I wanted to see if that lactose, how much lactose I would have to add to come off as a vanilla but still be drinkable. So I'm going to experiment, but I didn't want to make too many of them before I tasted the first couple to see if I needed to change the amount of lactose I put in there. But yeah, this smells like what it says it's going to be. I mean, that I'm hoping that it's all from the oranges and the orange zest, that they didn't use any extra flavoring, because I could kind of see that. Use some oranges, then just use extract to really make it up. But you really get that orange smell, then that vanilla kind of sweetness in the back to make it like a whip or whipped cream, fruitsicle kind of vibe. Let's go ahead and taste. Lots of sweet vanilla. There is some orange with some bitterness there, but at least at first tasting, it almost seems like that, like, you know, like I was saying, is it going to be orange with some sweet vanilla, or is it going to be sweet vanilla? it's coming off as sweet vanilla, vanilla, vanilla. But that orange I think helps cut that vanilla and that sweetness. Like, it does taste like a milk sugar, a milk cream, um, uh, like along those lines with some bitterness. I think that orange zest along with the hops, you know, maybe some early in the boil just to bring up the IBUs since they are about 45, which I like. I would, you know, my Milkshake IPAs, New England IPAs, I do like some bitterness in there, and I think 45 is good. Yeah, you get that big sweet vanilla up front. Then it's like that citrus orange comes in and kind of mellows it out. Let's go ahead and pour the rest in here. See if we get any hazier. Man, there's a whole bunch of...
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
No. Yeah, I would say it's a medium haze now. I can't see through it. I can see my fingers though. Yeah, yeah, smell hasn't changed. You still get more orange out of the smell. You do get, I do get more orange now. Yeah, I do get a little bit more orange, but it's still like a sweet vanilla up front, like a creamy sweet vanilla up front. And that orange comes in, kind of cuts it, and now that orange like goes from the middle of the palate back, and it is more orangey. Then at the end you do get some of that bitterness in there. That bitterness follows through to the aftertaste, but you still get some of that orange sweetness in there. I would probably have to go with a 4.25 on this one. I think it's made well, but I think I want to see that vanilla cut down some. And if, I know I said I like bitterness, I think that bitterness needs to be cut down just a little. You know, orange whipped cream, orange whip, whatever you want to say, I don't think you would get that kind of bitterness out of that. You know, because even if they did a smoothie or something, or if you had orange ice cream with whipped cream on it, I think it's not going to be bitter. And I think this has a little too much bitterness, or the perceived bitterness is a little too much. Maybe cut out the orange zest. I'm not sure. It's still good though. If I was at a store looking for something to drink and I couldn't find one of my top beers, like an M43 or Boss Tweed, something like that, this is definitely a good beer. So yeah, 4.25 out of 5. If we check Untappd, 23 of my friends have checked it in, not, or 3.92 out of 5. Almost 4,000 people, 3,999, 3.95 out of 5. So I'm a little bit higher. Let's see if anybody said anything. Orange creamsicle and vanilla. And that, oh, here's a guy, Brett, really does it. He says, starts off with orange/citrus aromas, which, yeah, I said. So, yeah, creamy vanilla on the back end. Hop bitterness on the back end as well. Yeah, so I think for at least this one, cutting back on that bitterness, I think would help. So that's what I would go with. this is definitely one if you're into like a orange milkshake. Definitely one to pick up and try. So if you like this review, check some more out over here. And until next time, happy brewing.